and people who don't even know us, have no expectations of us, and certainly are not people like who call us and say, hey, we're supposed to be friends, so we're supposed to spend a lot of time together, and we're supposed to do this and that together, and give us obligations like that. No, we call these people friends because they give us truth, because they give us the insights that they worked so hard in their lives doing the work of life to gain, and they're sharing it freely because they want us to have them too. They care about us without even knowing us.
That's your model for the ideal YouTube subscriber or Instagram follower. Everybody who you follow on Instagram you should be friends with, because why not? Because life is better when you have friends. On that note, I'm gonna wear my Adam and the Ant shirt because this is a little inappropriate for the weather, and the Adam and the Ant shirt is also inappropriate for the weather, but I want to wear it, so meow 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 meow. I can't find the shirt. Where is it? Adam Ant shirt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I give up. Okay, what I found instead was meow 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 meow. We need some music, and I have a radio.
Like a listener.
Okay, that's fine. That's alright. I hate this song, but that's okay. It's like one of my least favorite songs, but that's okay. Has a scarf? I think not.
You know,
I endured a long time of that, given that it's my top 5 least favorite songs. I'm gonna connect to Bluetooth. If Christianity was the one true religion, Christian music would be better. Sorry about it. True. Facts. The Quran is very musical. Just saying. Where is it? I mean, I know that I could tap on his name, but I want to spell it. R. A. I can do it. S. H. I. Real brain teaser right here for free. Is that a B? Yeah, that's a B. D. Where's the D? Where's the one that looks like a B? There we go. And then A. L. A. F. Oops. F. A. S. You can do it. A. Why though?
أعوذ بالله من
الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Not that it matters, just that it is happening and it is beautiful to observe. That's all a miracle is, that it is happening and it is beautiful to observe. Not that it matters, but it is happening and it is beautiful to observe. Like this song, A Miracle. It might matter if I spoke Arabic and knew what it was saying, but if I don't know that it's liberating other human beings who are currently living and currently targeted, then it doesn't really matter. As my glitter falling in my lap is not liberating other human beings who are living and who are targeted, but there are things that I can do that will do that, in fact, in practice. Light as well cause your eyes to be comfortable, because it is good to see without pain and obstructions. Sleep deprivation is an obstruction to sight, most definitely. It's not scented, but that's okay. A red triangle was a symbol that Nazis used to mark political prisoners for the concentration camps. Pink triangle was used to mark gay men and trans women for the concentration camps. This shade, which is technically red, ends up being perfectly ambiguous between pink and red. Perfectly ambiguous for someone who is working on German citizenship, because my great-grandfather is a German citizen, was a German citizen, and was never a legal US citizen because he immigrated illegally during Hitler's rise to power, which is unsurprising because why would you not want to get out if Hitler is your ruler? And furthermore, why would you not want to get out if you are in any place at any time in history, including right now, where there are still autocrats, and you want to leave an autocratic government? Well, you will be targeted, and you hear that the United States is a democracy, and so you believe that. And then as it turns out, it is not. It is in fact just a different flavor of autocracy. And that is unfortunate because it used to be a democracy, because my great-grandfather spent his entire life fearing the FBI coming and ripping his family apart, but they never actually did it, and nowadays they're actually doing it. So that's the difference between then and now. But I can have German citizenship, and I can also furthermore have a wife in this country and in Germany, and that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool, because I do intend to do that. I do intend to have a wife in this country, or in Germany, wherever I end up. Wherever I end up. Probably, now that I'm thinking about it, I might just end up in Germany, and I haven't really thought about it before. And really in like the, wow, this can be a reality for me if I just get my grandma to sign the forms, which all it takes is printing out the forms before I go to her house, which I forget to do year after year after year. But it can be a reality. I'm seeing her on Easter. It takes like 5 years, that's fine. I'm not ready to settle down yet. If it takes 7 years, if it takes 9 years, I could still settle down in Germany. That is a possibility for me. And hopefully it's a possibility for me to live that long and not get shot and killed at a gay bar, because I have gone to gay bars and I feel grateful that I have not been shot and killed yet. My shirt says, The ego has landed. And it's on a space shuttle. I thought it was a computer, like, switchboard for a second, then I thought it was a video game controller, and I think it could be any of those things, but technically it's a spaceship. I think my cousin Lizzie got it at a bar in Miami. According to her sister, who she is estranged from, who still follows me on Instagram randomly, and I'm the only contact of the family who she's cut off. Sarah? Yep. Come home! Thank you, Mishari Rashid Alafasi. It is now time for the Osborne brothers. Sometimes the times change. Happens. My flat iron. I wonder if it's as if I've been actually telling myself every time I straighten my hair that I don't need to do it and shouldn't do it. I've also been telling myself that the strips in front of my hair, I want them in the moment, but then I look back on photos and I'm like, I wish I didn't have those strips in front. And it's only the strips in front that I use the flat iron on, so there you go. Things have a logic. It's logical. I'll shut up now. Shifting land and broken farms around me. Muddy waters taking back my home. Before is gold. The road is gone, there's just one way to leave here. Muddy waters taking back my home. Muddy waters taking back my home. It's a good place to leave off with the clay pigeon earrings. And all I see is broken farms around me. Muddy waters taking back my home. And all I see is broken farms and 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 broken farms over the decades around me. Muddy waters will turn to drought, I know. Muddy waters taking back my home. It really does kind of like serve to bring me consolation that the Dust Bowl happened, because times can be bad at many times, like just the fucking Dust Bowl, like, and so we're like, climate catastrophe is unprecedented. We have no idea what it's going to be like emotionally. I think that's the biggest fear, is that obviously things are going to be bad in every way, but like emotionally, how are we going to deal with something no human has ever dealt with before? but it's kind of not true. The Dust Bowl was human caused. It was agricultural fuck ups again and again that caused the Dust Bowl, that caused so many people in the Midwest to lose their lives, to lose their home, to like have a really, really tough road. So that's why I think that in preparation for this current political environment, the classics are always present, are always prevalent, and it's time to read some Steinbeck. It's time to remember the grapes of wrath, so that the grapes that we get out of this ride will be of not wrath. We can have better grapes this time. So basically, I have this really like amazing, you can't even see it because I'm filming on photo booth, so what's my goal here? I can use a mirror. I have a really good grape photo saved. Grape PNG. It's like very, very sexy. I can't find it. All I found in my downloads is Leanne Huang's lenticular grape shirt, which I really wanted. Then my mom tried to buy it for me on like 3 separate occasions and it didn't go through, which is very strange, but I'm gonna get it at some point in my life. We can have desires that will happen at some point. Even if the future is uncertain, what you want at the bottom of your heart is not uncertain, and you can take solace in that. It will happen. Even if it happens while... Holy fucking shit, I never texted my friend Nick, whose family lives in Birmingham. Why is it that when I turned on the news, it was all music and not talking about the storms and the floods in Birmingham?
Towards it. Where can our listeners go to hear more about you, your
host VSiN Primetime.
Thinking for business.
Okay, I have no faith in the news. Let's see. I think it was Mississippi, Alabama, south of Birmingham the last time I heard, which was at 1 a.m. when I was locked out. Storm, Mississippi, Alabama. That's a lot of S's to type out. Tornado outbreak live. Oh my god. 34 dead. 40 tornadoes. 40 tornadoes. There was the Dust Bowl. There was the Dust Bowl. We're not alone. We are not alone. We are not alone. We are not alone in history. There was the Dust Bowl. But 40 tornadoes right now happening. This weather graph looks like an avocado, to be honest. I like avocados. I don't think I'm gonna like this. Violent tornado outbreak underway in south from storm that has killed at least 33. Okay, the news video isn't loading, but I need to text Nick sooner anyway. Are you okay? 40 tornadoes. I stayed with my friend and my friend's mom in Birmingham, Alabama for a week. They've got family in the South. They've got friends in the South. 40 tornadoes. There was a tornado before I went to their house, and there was a patch of one of their windows in the living room that Robin hadn't gotten around to fixing yet, so there was like a big piece of like masking tape over the window, and it apparently had shattered in the middle of the night, and she got out of bed during an active tornado, not knowing what was happening and being like, why is there glass in the living room? And then she went outside and was like, oh, there's a tornado. Well, now there's 40 tornadoes. I'm sure not all of them hit Birmingham specifically, but that's still pretty bad. Nick, this friend, said they saw a Twitter post back when it was still Twitter that was like, climate change is going to manifest as a series of posts, videos on social media that get increasingly closer to your home until you're the one behind the camera. Probably true. I don't know. Probably true. But I think a lot of prophecies have been told throughout time that have not come true. Preach. Like Jonah. Like the Jonah story in the Bible gives me hope. Because like he prophesied the end of the world. Basically. Unless everybody put sackcloth on and walked around looking like cows. And everybody did it. And the world didn't end. And then he was like low-key upset about it. It seemed, I don't know. If I'm reading his tone correctly, Jonah was kind of like, damn, I kind of wanted the world to end. And I think that's relatable for a lot of people, especially Americans, who were like, war, war, war. Bring it down, bring it down. Fuck America, goodbye. Climate disaster, oh well. We all deserve to die anyway. No, we don't. I don't deserve to die. I don't know about you. I do know about you. You deserve to live as well. We both deserve to live. Let's live. Let's not die. Let's do everything we possibly can. So I think what this means is like we are living in the Trump administration. That's the way that it is. So how do you market it profitably to be like, hey, there's like this really valuable resource that we get out of just doing, just like we just need to be really sneaky about it and not ever use the word climate change, but like convince him to do all of the things that are going to be useful for climate change, necessary for our survival, for climate change preparedness, without saying the scary word climate change. I think that's what we gotta do, because that's where we're at. And it's not a joke anymore. It's not like, this stupid man doesn't understand climate change, and so I'm just gonna spend all my time calling him stupid. No, we need to spend our time getting him to do something, because we're all gonna die. We quite literally are all gonna die. But like, we're also not, because humans are around. But like, it could be a lot easier. A lot less people could die if something is done right now. So, because that's the other thing is like, Jonah's Ark story. Like, he was we didn't all die. It's okay. Humans went on. But like, according to the story, 2 humans went on, you know? So that just might be the case with climate change, where it's like, well, it's okay, guys. Elon Musk is going to survive because Jeff Bezos is going to survive. And Taylor Swift girls, my girlies, my girls, you don't even have to worry about anything because Taylor Swift has a private jet. She'll be all right. The Swifties, however, are probably going to get killed and wiped out by the floods and the everything. But Taylor Swift is okay, guys. It's okay. This is my Hallelujah video where I was like, God is on David's side, so we have nothing to worry about. God is on Taylor Swift, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. Look up top list of literally who is going to survive the apocalypse, who's going to survive the next 60 years. Look up list of people who have like $20 million or more. There you go. No one I know personally has $20 million or more. Except potentially my professor's son. He did Earth 1, which is like a super cool project. I think it's so cool, and I lend my full support to it. He put a bunch of the world's inspiring leaders on a Ritz-Carlton yacht. And in the middle of the ocean, separated from all the commoners of the world, they talked about how to solve the world while getting facials and playing in the pool with the water slides and getting Ritz-Carlton chefs bring them food. Y'all, is this the way to do it? Do you have to isolate yourself from the commoners to solve the world? I don't think so. Drop your opinions in the comment. Drop yourself. Drop your genuine concerns and deepest philosophical insights that you had in the shower this morning or yesterday or a year ago. Drop your moments of grief that overturned your expectation of what life is and what it could be. Drop your come to God moments, or if you don't call it God, come to whatever it is that is true to life, that is beyond what we see and reason. Drop it in the comments, because I don't want to go on a yacht and talk about how to solve the world. I want to do it on YouTube, because I think that's a better way to do it, in my personal opinion. But maybe that's just my opinion because I don't have $20 million. Maybe it's just my opinion that I never want to have $20 million, and if I ever end up with $20 million, shoot me in the head. Target practice. It becomes legit if I have $20 million. For real. All the gamers out there who love their video games, Call of Duty, and fantasize about actually killing people, if I ever have $20 million, shoot me in the head. Shoot me in the face. Make it as brutal as possible, as violent as possible, and as public as possible. You have my full and total permission. And I will be posting how much money is in my bank account throughout my life so that you can actually follow through. But you'll never follow through because I'm never going to have $20 million, because the second I accumulate wealth, I'm going to put it where it matters. And I'm learning right now where it matters. I'm doing the freaking work now. I'm following Gwendolyn. Let me find her. I have $1.62 in my checking account right now. Thank you very much. I got denied. My debit card got denied when I was trying to buy dinner. I had one meal yesterday. It was an apple Danish, and I used my mom's credit card. On that note, we're going to find Gwendolyn. And I already transferred a bunch of money from my savings account, which I promised myself I wouldn't do. Ismatu. Gwendolyn Ismatu, right? She's not coming up. When I looked up Gwendolyn, it didn't come up. When I looked up Gwendolyn, the recommended search after politics was politics and violence, didn't come up. Why? Why, YouTube? Why? Okay, names in the wrong order. It's Ismatu Gwendolyn, but still, catch my freaking mistake, YouTube. Help me out. Help a girl out. Help a girl out who's trying to survive. Please. Give us the means we need to live. Social media platforms. Who owns YouTube? I don't even know who owns YouTube. That's the problem. I don't even know who owns... I can't even give a name. I can't even give a name. YouTube CEO. Neil Mohan, fucking step it up, man. Step it up. Step it up. Follow her. Follow people who are doing things with their politics. She has provided jobs to people in Kenya, question mark? Her most recent post is Ismatu Gwendolyn, class trader? Or what do I owe to us, the masses, as an artist? So I've set my limit at 20 million very specifically because I do plan to accumulate wealth, because I do plan to work on big projects that take wealth. Just not projects that take $20 million of wealth, because no project takes $20 million of wealth that is worth doing. Like, you can... $10 million might be necessary if I'm trying to genuinely create a productive, sustainable, socialist news empire that is entirely under every single person who works for its control. Meaning, like, I want to have products as a part of this, like Temu work model, getting free labor from middle schoolers and high schoolers sending in art, and then they would get, like, college credit, certificates, personal recognition to, like, build their follower base. And then I would have a factory that is right next to the newsroom, and we all share a lunchroom. And the factory workers would be paid the same wages as the journalists and the editors and the editor-in-chief. And the wages would be determined equitably so that people who have student loans would be making more money, but it evens out because everyone has the same spending power. That's my dream. That is my dream. I'm going to make it happen. I want capitalism to succeed and continue so I can have a socialist news empire. Because socialism on a corporate level, capitalism on a governmental level is going to be easier if you have the government controlling everything, and the government is controlling 339-ish million people. That's too much responsibility for anybody, for any cabinet, for any group. That's too many people to control. That is too many people. It has to be on the community level. It has to be community socialism, community support, community control. That can only happen under capitalism. This is my argument. Socialism on the corporate level, humane socialist corporations under a capitalistic system. I want to have competitors. I want to have other socialist news empires that are competing with me in a friendly competitive environment. Just like Estee Lauder and L'Oreal. Like, it's already happening. It's not that crazy of a dream. I just have a mom who's in, like, middle management, what people call, like, corporate bloat. You're gonna be fired. But, like, her job is fucking significant. Sorry, she doesn't have direct... Like, she does work on Excel spreadsheets. Sorry about it. Some people do work on Excel spreadsheets, and it's real legitimate work. Because she manages lots of money, and people as well. Like, she talks to a lot of people. Most of her job is just, like, being on conference calls, and a lot of it is, like, therapy, quite literally. It's just, like, hiring people. A lot of it is therapy. Like, when people don't get the job and they have a breakdown, and it's an important job. Like, her job is an important job, and I want to have more jobs like her job. Like, and L'Oreal is way more socialist than most corporations because they're based in France. And France has restrictions. But what if we just decided that it was socially valuable to create socialist news empires so that we don't need government regulations forcing us to do what is most profitable and beneficial, but we just do it ourselves? I believe that it's going to be most profitable and beneficial to create a socialist news empire because I want to have enough money to mobilize to do the projects that are valuable to me professionally. And professionally. The professional is personal all the way. So then I don't need additionally a bunch of money sitting in my bank account because I want to use my money on my company. And that's the other thing is, like, I feel like it's kind of already the mentality of a lot of, like, honestly, a lot of CEOs. For example, Bill Gates, just giving money away. I have to think, like, Melissa and Bill feel kind of upset that they have so much money and they're giving it to good organizations, but it's also, like, it probably gets old. Like, probably the first time they gave, like, a really, really significant contribution to a nonprofit that, like, did stuff with their humanitarian money, they were probably like, this is amazing, I love having this much wealth to give it to people for good causes. But then probably it's getting old, and they're probably like, it actually kind of sucks to have so much wealth because we don't need to be in control of picking and choosing the organizations that get it. We have full-time jobs doing other things, writing books, making technology, working. Like, we shouldn't have two people doing everything, you know? There are trained people who are keeping up with, like, local communities in sub-Saharan Africa that know precisely where the money needs to go and can give the money directly instead of going through NGOs. Like, I really think that if we're in a Bitcoin cryptocurrency environment where we're like, cut out the middleman, I'm skeptical of it. Again, my mom is the middleman in the corporation, in the corporate model, and I think that middlemen in the corporate model are really important because Excel spreadsheets are real work. Banks are real work. It matters to me personally to have a face that is protecting my money for me. That matters. When I go into Wells Fargo and there's a face and there's a tray of lollipops, that freaking matters to me, and I'm not gonna give it up. I don't want cryptocurrency because it matters to me to trust people. And I think that it's very worth looking into Vitalik Buterin because he's a genius. He's freaking brilliant and I want to be his friend. But everything he did is based off of fear. And that's the thing, is like, you gotta conquer your fears before you start living, and he didn't do that. He just didn't do that. And so many people don't do that, and then everything they create is based on fear. And then they get so far into the creation of it, and they see all the good ends that it comes to, because all work comes to good ends necessarily, that they like don't even question, what if I had a different starting point and I would have done something totally different that would have come to way, way better ends. So his fear was he was Russian. His dad said that, yeah, basically, like, banks are evil. The middle guy wants to get you, wants to gouge you, wants to kill you. He said he imagined it like the Simpsons character, Mr. What's the evil Simpsons character? Mr. Evil Simpsons salesman. Mr. Burns. So, what is behind, what's it called? It starts with an E, doesn't it? His crypto. Vitalik Buterin cryptocurrency. Vitalik Buterin cryptocurrency. Ethereum. Indeed, it started with an E. Ethereum. So, the man who designed Ethereum. What is the basis of Ethereum? Ethereum is anti this. Ethereum is anti Mr. Burns. Yo, this is a TV show character made for children. Not really, because The Simpsons is made for adults. And I know that The Simpsons is like, people who make fake characters make them from experience with real characters, but it's also problematic. Can we please acknowledge that it is problematic that you're trying to change the world because you're afraid of a TV show character who's out to get you. He's out to get you guys. This is why you should invest in cryptocurrency, because if you don't, then Mr. Burns is gonna who is coming for us? Fucking 40 tornadoes. 40 tornadoes. In Mississippi and Alabama, like, in the last 24 hours. So, this is why I'm just like, sometimes y'all are stupid as shit, and I can't handle it anymore. Because I don't want to be smarter than anyone. I don't want to be smarter than anyone. I want to be as smart as everyone. I want people to use their smarts. Vitalik, you're smarter than me. Clearly, this man is very articulate, very cool, very much someone I would want to be friends with, very much someone who, if I, like, saw him eating a sandwich at the cafe, I would notice him, and I would notice the way he was eating the sandwich, and I'd be like, this is an interesting man who I want to be friends with. But then, you're fighting fake demons. You're fighting like, I'm the one with the schizoaffective diagnosis, and I'm more sane than you are? Huh?
After the conference day is over and the sun goes down.
Generally
I
have
just
been
wanna know.
trying to have like fairly quiet dinners and go to sleep fairly early. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, this is good. This is why I trust in people, because it's important to balance out the bad news with the good news, which is like, he's taking care of himself. This matters fundamentally. We need to make sure that the people in power are taking care of themselves. Like, if you're overworking yourself, you're not happy. If you're not happy, you're not doing good work. If you're not doing good work, people will die. So yeah, eat good meals, go to sleep early, stop fighting fake demons.
Have like fairly quiet dinners and go to sleep fairly early.
Yay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Makes me happy.
Okay. You're one of the biggest holders of Ether. Ether is the currency, right? What's your relation to money in general?
Oh, that's a good question. Damn. Okay, I love YouTube Shorts. I want to see what his net worth is. Vitalik Buterin net net worth. On Reddit. Thank you, Reddit. Redditors would be the ones to know. Bum ba-da-dum bum. Bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-dum bum bum bum. I love how nobody is giving me an answer. Someone linked something that was deleted. Thank you. I mean, it's not their fault that it was deleted, but it's annoying. I'm annoying. I'm annoyed. His net worth is estimated to be over $1 billion. $1 billion. What are you gonna do with $1 billion? Like, that's a lot of money. That's hard to spend, legit.
What does the talent do?
In any way, even if you're funneling it into, like, even if you're a mastermind who has 1 billion, literally 1 billion, you could enlist 1 billion people to spend $1 billion. And, like, hey, get your minds together. I mean, okay, what is the best case? You have 12 people, that's like a reasonable amount, right? Around a beautiful old round oval table. I'm thinking of one in Philosophy 716 in Columbia University. It's a great table. It was donated by a bank. So yeah, keep a good table in the bank discussion room, because vibes matter. Vibes matter. Make sure everyone slept. Everybody got good coffee, not shitty coffee. Everybody's eaten. Everybody's medicated who needs to be medicated. You have obstacle courses at work meetings. That's what L'Oreal does for team bonding. Like, shit matters. Vibes matter. Put the 12 smartest people in the world around a beautiful wooden oval table and have them think on how to spend $1 million in the best way for all of humanity. They're gonna fail. $1 billion is too big of a number to even fucking conceptualize. No one person should have it. No 100 people should have it. No 1,000 people should have it. No million people should have $1 billion collectively.
You're one of the biggest holders of Ether.
It's too much. Does that not overwhelm you? Does it not stress you out? I would be stressed out.
What's your relation to money in general? How do you see wealth?
Let's see. Does it stress you out?
I think,
yes.
I mean, to me...
Yes, literally. Did you see that? Okay, we're replaying his expression, because that's all that he needed to say.
I mean,
What's your relationship to money? That would suck to have $1 billion. I genuinely pity him.
I think, I mean, to me, like, one of the... Like, probably
I genuinely pity
the
him
most valuable
for having
thing
$1 billion.
about money is basically not having to worry about money, right? It's,
You have to worry about it, though, because, like, power is responsibility and money is power, so you're just, like, pretending you're living in La La Land. Mr. Burns. He's living in La La Land. He's living in La La Land. He's like, as long as the money is in my hands and not in the fictional evil character's hands, then everything is okay and everything is chill. People are dying. And that's also overused. People are dying. People always die. We have limited lifespans because the singularity has not happened yet. But it's not going to change anything because we have eternal souls anyway. And I wish people would realize that, because it's not that hard. Read the Vedas. Read the Bhagavad Gita, required curriculum. The Bhagavad Gita is not even taught in India because it's a religious text, so it's kind of the same way that, like, the Bible isn't taught in the US, and that's fucked the fuck up. So I went to India and I taught the Bhagavad Gita, knowing nothing about it. I was just like, y'all are gonna have to fill in all of your knowledge because I just have ignorance, but let's talk about the Bhagavad Gita. And it was a great time, and we learned a lot. Almost as if it, like, needs to be taught to everyone, because meaning like everyone should read it and discuss it and have, like, some context for what's going on. Which I didn't have zero context because I was trained by Professor Chung, who was trained by Theodore de Bary, who was incredibly prolific and, like, did the translations for a whole bunch of East Asian texts. Not just Indian texts. I think he probably knew a lot of languages, and he did a lot of stuff. Theodore de Bary. He died in 2019, and I want to remember his name, because he's worth being remembered. Theodore de Bary. But his disciple, Professor Chung, taught me a lot about the Bhagavad Gita and other texts, and then I went to India, and then we talked about the Bhagavad Gita with high school students who were really smart, who were in IB schools. One of them got into Columbia. A bunch of people at NMS and JPIS, the Nirja Modi School, the J. Sri Periwal School, go to Harvard, go to Yale, smart-ass kids who don't read the Bhagavad Gita in school and just get it misrepresented by their grandparents who also never read it. Kind of the same way that the Bible functions in the US. Like, people don't actually read it, and then their grandparents tell them something that's not in the Bible, and then they're like, oh yeah, Jesus wants me to kill people. No. Have you read the Quran? Does Muhammad say kill people? No. It's a very obvious answer is no. Hard to be in the world. But it's easier for me because I have $1 in my bank account, not $1 billion, and for that I'm very, 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 very grateful. I'm going to show you my bank account right now. Hopefully I don't compromise any. I'll cover the information that's compromising. Hi. I gotta be very intentional about this. I have to do it, I think, like this. Can you even see anything? $1.62. I don't want to show you my numbers. Like my savings account number. Oh, this is my savings. So like $4,214.90. For a second I thought money was like time, and I was like, how do I have 90 cents? It ends at 60. No, but that's okay. So for that I'm also grateful, because that's the thing, is like I do have a freaking support cushion. Like, my mom has money. She doesn't have endless money, but she has money. Like, if something were to happen to me, I'm fine. I can afford my medication. That's what having a safety net means, is that I am type 1 diabetic and can survive and can afford to live being type 1 diabetic, because a lot of people can't. Quite literally. I pick up my medication, I see the bills. I'm gonna look up the cost of insulin without insurance. My mom has good insurance. Novolog. This is the off-brand, much cheaper version that I use. Cost without insurance. Humalog. It will be my next thing to look up. $85 for a supply of 10 millimeters, which is way cheaper than, I feel like that's cheaper than what I'm paying. Wait, hold up. Novolog vial prices. Maybe it's giving me Novolog vial price without insurance. It's $147 for a flex pen, which I think all my flex pens are hopefully in the fridge, because that's where they should be. Yeah, they're in the fridge. But anyways, $147 for a flex pen, and then it's just like the parts that get expensive are like the pen tips that are changeable, and then the syringes if you use a vial that are changeable, because it's like, because they're disposable, you have to just keep buying more and more and more and more and more. And then I don't use those things most of the time because I have insulin pumps, I have my Dexcom blood sugar sensor, and then this stuff is also expensive. Dexcom sensor without insurance. For a 3-pack, which lasts less than a month, less than the month of March. It lasts 30 days. Each one of these I have to throw in, I have to rip off of me, and it takes the tube that is stuck into my skin out. So it's like a Band-Aid, but more painful. And then I throw it away and I change it out every 10 days. So for 30 days, it's $260, $259.99. So I don't know. Less than a month. $260 for this little like Band-Aid alone. This is separate. This is separate. The insulin that fills this is separate. So like, does it math? I have a safety net. My mom has insurance. We have some money. I have $4,000 in my bank account. I could have chosen to not be here. I'm here on spring break. I could have gone to Paris and Prague and stayed with my friends and bought the plane tickets. I have the money to do that. I could have gotten tattoos. That was my original plan. Decided it was smarter to stay here for various purposes related to me not doing well in my classes, and I'm gonna have time to make it up once I get all the thoughts out of my head on YouTube, and then I can just chill and do my readings. But yeah, don't ever have $20 million. Make that a goal. Manifest never having $20 million. And furthermore, manifest surviving the apocalypse, because we're gonna team up and get through it. We can do it. Get through it. I'm gonna play some Trump music now because it's good hype music. And we're gonna appropriate Trump together, because let's use this as people who understand that this is ideological warfare, but it's also vibes.
Yeah, nigga, this war. I'm taking bodies on the floor. I'm with it all. I talk to my demons and I see the right on the wall. Niggas is dying on the show. I get excited for the calls. And no ain't crying when he gone. Cause Brody was fighting for the cause. I do this shit for my brothers. We do this shit for each other. Everyone watching the move. So everybody see me suck. They done JFK my demon. Now bro not breathing. Life too short. So if I tell you I love you, I mean it. I can show you the demon I see. Cause deep inside is where I keep it lit.
I'm doing too much artwork just because you can't see my legs.
I'm what they can't be. That's why you can't stand me. To get broke back, I'll give these Grammys. Cause ain't nothing bigger than the family.
I think
Too blunt, they ain't understand me.
in general, I dance too much with my arms. I need to learn to leg.
You better fear me. Niggas all frauds. Look at the scoreboard. This is all call. Nigga, I'm on board. Nigga, I'm on board. She on pause. When Trump called, I was on tour. That was my winning in the Joe Laws. I had Balenciaga with the store calls.
Dang it, thuggin' now a bit west up. I'm a so on kill about dope, ain't done yet, ain't my time yet.
Yesterday was quite a day.
This is
I
WBAI.
attended the protest march downtown
You're
that was
listening to
organized by
WBAI
the
on 99.5 FM.
especially by 1199 SEIU, which was the big union of healthcare workers here in America and in the Northeast. And it was quite a sight to see. It was a beautiful sunny afternoon. I mean, well, morning really. It started around 11 in the day. By 10, 40 Square was filled up with people.
Meeting up with my
Had to be
boyfriend.
about 3,000
He said
people in
10. It's
attendance.
10:02. I need to post this. 10:30. So bye.
With all sorts of signs.
Got more important shit to do. Being with people in the real world. I recommend. Peace out. Bye.